Hey y'all. I was just kind of in the mood to go live and paint up another Heroscape. Already got a couple of them done, so I figured jump on and paint another one real quick. This one's Mielki. Mielki? But yeah, I've painted up these two here already, live streaming them. Really happy with how they came out. I like them. So I figured, hey, why not jump on here and see about getting another one painted up. But this one here, I'm going to try to do a little, I'm going to try to, with this one, go kind of fast on it. I want to try something different. I'm actually going to try to maybe highlight some of the ridges on here, like you see on the card art, and then do a speed paint over top of all of it. I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. Oh, hey guys. Hey, it's nice to see you, Rivers and Cosmic. Hey, thanks for joining. Cosmic, I hope you're feeling better, man. So I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm going to give it a whirl anyway and see what I can do. I just reorganized all my paints, so I'm kind of lost on them for right now, trying to find them. All right, I think I'm going to do the edges of that armor and this skeleton bone here, and then go over top of it with the shamrock. I'm just working. Somebody's got to be out there making that money. Oh, hey, Diesel. Glad you could join. I'm doing good. Hey, I hope you guys are all doing good too. I just, as usual with these go lives, I just like spur of the moment type thing. I feel like painting something different or something that I don't want to record, and I just jump on and do a live stream of it. I should probably start planning a little bit more. I do try to watch what you guys have scheduled though, and not go at the same time or anything like that. So all I'm going to do for right now is just kind of go over these edges on this armor here, make them stand down a little bit. And I'm hoping to get this one done in an hour or less than an hour, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, I'm glad you could catch it too, Diesel man. Oh, hey, I got to tell you guys, I actually downloaded Phasmophobia. Man, that game creeps me out. I was legit scared today when I was trying to play. Me and my kids downloaded it too on there, so we were playing together. But I was playing by myself there after work today just to get used to it. Oh my gosh, that game is like, it for real scares me sometimes. My kids were actually making fun of me. They're like, Dad, you can't seriously be afraid. Like, you got to get in there and stuff. But the board I was playing, the ghost, every time I went in a room, it kept trying to lock the door on me, or at least shut the door and then shut the lights off, even though it wasn't attacking me. But it was still enough that, like, I couldn't get out of the room fast enough. I'm too slow. I'm just trying to use the edge of the brush here a little bit to put these highlights in. I hope this works because it'll really speed it up a lot once I go back over with the speed paints. Yeah, that's what today when I was playing solo. Oh man, it was creeping me out so much. And it's so funny, like you video games don't really scare me, horror games and that, but I don't know, it's just creepy. I hated how it would shut off the lights and then shut the door on me, and I couldn't get out of the door fast enough. I mean, I did get killed a couple of times whenever I was playing too. I'm just too slow. By the time I realize what's going on and my flashlight's flickering, I'm already dead. I'm way too slow trying to get into a closet or something. When did I start painting? I've been painting I've been painting probably almost like 20 years on this. I used I used to live in Erie, Pennsylvania, and there was like a game store up by me, and I stopped in the one time and just kind of got talking with the guys that were there and stuff, and they were playing Warhammer and such, like these little miniature games, tabletop miniature games, and I just kind of started uh, painting. Like I wasn't no, of course, it's like anything else. I wasn't very good at it for a long time. But then I just kind of stuck with it and started getting decent. I mean, I can paint, I'm certainly no award winner by any means, but I just kind of started painting like tabletop quality. And I don't know, I almost enjoy painting more so than playing the games. And the sculpting on these, they just keep getting better and better. Like these figures here are for a game called Heroscape. Um, and I've only got to play a few games of it, but I love the miniatures. They're nice and easy to paint, and they look good when they're all painted up. I really enjoy painting these Heroscape miniatures. Oh, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I think it's okay. I mean, it's with any hobby, I guess you compare yourself to others, and there's always people out there, and their stuff looks just unbelievably good. Um, but I think mine's good for tabletop quality. It looks good, whenever it's on the table and you're playing a game. Of course, if you pick it up and look at it, real close, you're going to see all the mistakes on it. But just using the shamrock green. Now I'm going to go over this with the speed paints, and hopefully the highlights will just kind of stand out on their own. I do it to my stuff a lot too. Yeah. Yeah. You're always your biggest critic. Like, whenever I paint anything or do any, even housework, anything like that, where every little mistake is. Like, I can pick up my models here and I know where every little mistake is, things that I should have done better, or, and doing home repairs. I know where every little scratch and ding is that I kind of messed it up while I was trying to do it. And for anybody watching my stream, please go check out Cosmic Van Denim. His channel. He plays some awesome games. His live streams are very entertaining. I love watching them. It's a lot of fun hanging out with him. And also check out Diesel Man. He plays a ton of different games. A lot of them are fantastic. They're way too complicated for me to play, but these guys upload all the time, and it's, please check out their channels. They're great guys. They're part of a good group of guys that is very friendly, really engaging. And also Rivers RPG channel. Make sure to give him a stop in. He posts some cool stuff. Oh, sure. And you guys deserve it. I mean, you put out some good content. I have to say, one of my favorite live streams that you all do, though, is whenever you're all playing Phasmophobia with you. Also, for other people that want good channels to watch, also check out Roger Plays Games and Ancient Hair, like hair as in a rabbit hair. Uh, when the four of these guys get together and play Phasmophobia, it's a riot to watch them. They just have a really good time. Oh, yeah. I don't think this is going to highlight the armor as good as what I was hoping for. I think I'm going to have to go back over and do the highlights on it. Girl Waffles, hey Gigan, love your work. Thanks. I appreciate that. Being so awesome. Yeah, thanks guys. I mean, I appreciate it. As we were just saying, you're always your biggest critic. So me, I'm like, oh, it's good. It's tabletop quality, but I appreciate everybody saying that it's good, or, if you enjoy it. Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping that the highlights would show up a little bit more. My Girl Waffles, that's another good channel to check out if anybody's looking for more content. I say it amazes me being, a new YouTuber, a small creator like I am. The community of other small creators has been fantastic. Like the support that we all give each other. It's just really cool. It's not something that I expected. But I feel like I've gotten to meet a lot of cool people this way. Oh, While that's drying up, I'm gonna do a dry brush on the wings of gray matter beige. I'm not liking that armor too good. I'm gonna have to do something else with it, but campaign to save my life. Sure can edit. Yeah. I was gonna say, Cosmic, you're super good at that computer stuff, man, with the editing and doing the thumbnails and all that. Like stuff you do is amazing. And I can't tell you how much like I love that wall that you put on your channel for whenever you complete a game. I think that's awesome, man. That's so cool. Oh, picked up some of the green. Do I use water paints? No, no. These are actually acrylic paints that I use for the miniatures. I've dabbled like only a couple of times trying to use water paints on paper and stuff. You know, trying to do a water paint, but I can't do it. It's above my skills. I've seen a lot of people doing these wings recently, and they do them, you know, with like the brown stripes and stuff. So like you would see a hawk or an eagle, and they look amazing. I should try that at least on one of them. I dabble micro waffles. Okay, I dabble a little. I will put some of my little painted angles on my channel. Angels. All completion would be a cool way to show the new viewers what I've played. Yeah, yeah, that wall of completion's awesome, man. That's a cool idea. Oh yeah, yeah. Micro waffles. Yeah, put them on your channel. I'd love to check them out. Watercolors are they look fantastic. If you've got the skill to do it, I mean, I give you all the credit in the world. It takes a lot of skill to do that, and but they look great. I'm going to use this olive drab to do the loin cloth here in the back. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that armor. That's one thing I hate. Whenever I do go live, sometimes I'll be reading the stream and read it wrong. So I apologize to anybody if I read a comment incorrectly. Feel free to correct me, because sometimes I'm trying to read it and keep painting or something, and I'll either pronounce something totally wrong or misunderstand what you typed and start talking crazy. The one time it was so funny though. One of my first, no, it wasn't my first one. It was probably like my second one or something. I saw somebody come on the chat, and they had like a profile that looked a little bit like Roger's, and I thought it was him. And I started talking like, "Oh, hey Roger, I'm glad you could make it. Blah blah blah. You know, how are you doing, buddy? I enjoyed your video." And it wasn't Roger at all. It was it was another subscriber. I was like, "Oh boy." I don't I'm hoping that he didn't even realize that I was talking to him or anything. That was probably my biggest goof so far, going live. I was thinking about, but see, I go live and I use my phone for this. Like I'm streaming now using my phone setup. I was thinking about doing how you guys do where you show your face as well, but I wasn't sure how to do that with my phone or if I can do that while still using my phone. It's something that I thought about looking into, and I don't know if anybody even cares, to see my face or while I'm painting or not, but it seems like most people do that whenever they're streaming. Diesel Man, have you ever tried charcoal paints? No, no, not really. Um, I mean, I remember in high school or something, I used charcoal paints, but I will tell you that sometimes for miniatures, you can actually use like chalk or charcoal, like colored charcoal sticks, and scrape them and get like a powder, and then use that powder to dab it on your miniatures certain places, and it'll add like a shading or something to them in different areas. It's really puts a good effect on it. I have done that in the past. Like especially for faces, like you can use a red one and almost do like a blush for skin tones. And it looks really nice. I put the game on for horror. Yeah, horror games. Yeah, I do the painting and stuff. But I was almost thinking of doing a little bit of streaming of Phasmophobia if I was playing it. But I don't know if doing that is too much different from doing miniature painting. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to get too different what I'm from what my channel is. Here I'm just putting on. It looks like to me in hard art, it looks like she's wearing almost like a baggy clothing underneath, and it just covers the gloves. It's not the same as the skin tone. So I'm just using this light brown that I had here to do this. Yeah, you just put up what you like. Well, that's kind of what I thought. I thought, I mean, I could stream a few games. It's not going to hurt nothing. I mean, if people don't want to watch it, they just won't watch it. sure, like everybody else, you can pick up a few subscribers here and there that like that stuff. Um, on top of your other regular subscribers that come for the miniature painting and such. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to use a little bit of that skeleton bone that I had to paint her skin, just to put a base coat down on the skin. And then I'm going to come in with like a purple, like a purple wash over top of it. So her skin kind of has like a gray purplish color to it. Oh, hey, the world of Krish. Hey, I'm glad you made it. Yeah, anybody out there, check out his channel as well, the world of Krish. It's a cool channel. Vegan, gotta go. I'll be listening. Have a great stream all. Hey, thanks, my girl waffles, for stopping in. I appreciate it. Looking for my dark brown to do the shaft of the spear. As I said, I reorganized all my paints and now I can't find anything. Oh yeah, no problem. World of Krish. I appreciate you stopping in, man. This is just Satchel Brown speed paints. I was looking for my other dark brown, but I couldn't find it, so. So are you guys all, are the four of you guys going live this weekend then again to play Phasmophobia? I might have missed that. Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay, that'll be a good time. And Diesel Man, you're doing Paranormal Activity tomorrow again, right? That one's a lot of fun to watch you play too. I mean, it's like that game goes 0 to 60. It's like it'll be just kind of creepy. You'll be hanging out doing something, and all of a sudden, like last time that lady's getting thrown through the air and stuff. It was crazy. I think I will. I just feel bad for people having to choose between all of us. So I may try streaming in a different platform. Oh, yeah, Cosmic, do you stream on Twitch or anything like that, or just YouTube? I looked at Twitch. Um, I was gonna do like live stream miniature painting over there or something before I hit 50 subs, and I could, stream on here. But I didn't really follow through with it. I took a look at it, but then didn't pursue it. I'm going to use this purple tone here just to hit her skin. As of right now, just YouTube, but I have a Rumble account. We'll try to. Oh, I'm not familiar with Rumble. I haven't really looked at that at all, to be honest. Hey, Mr. Moonlighter. Thanks for joining. Rumble is a tough crowd. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know too much about either one. I mean, I know Twitch, of course, but I don't know too much about either one, really. Oh, the Paranormal Activity game was only VR, but they updated to play without it. And yes, the game is getting good and scary. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't imagine some of them horror games playing them in VR. That would. Oof. All right, I gotta find something to bring this armor back. Ugh. I'm gonna try to do the highlights with this library green, but I'm not sure what this is gonna do. Maybe I'll mix that in with a little bit of skeleton. You know what? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna mix this in a little bit with that skeleton bone. Maybe this is gonna give us a good color for this. This is like painting Space Marines with doing the edge highlighting, which I'm not a big fan of doing, but it adds a lot to the miniature. And this is starting to look good now. It's the hardest part is finding the right colors sometimes. But I've also found out the more you just kind of keep going with them, the better they look. Post all my videos there. Got a bunch of views, no likes, and no follows. Huh. Yeah, as I said, I don't know much about Rumble. I'm turning into one of those, where I'm still on Facebook, YouTube, and such, where I'm not really familiar with all the news sites. Like my kids they're talking about Snap and all that kind of stuff. I've never tried Snap. I'll check out your channel monitor. It should be most of the monitor appear in space. I think. Well, and Twitch are very opposites politically. Oh. Yeah, well, that's why I just talk about my miniature painting whenever I'm on camera or anything, you know? It's just too much. Things are just too crazy anymore. I'm pretty happy with how this highlighting's coming out. Oh. I thought this was going to be a quick, easy model to paint. I thought if I did those highlights, I could just kind of drop the speed paint over top and it would have been done. It's funny with the painting, I started off my channel mostly with Heroscape stuff. I mean, I've always painted Warhammer kind of guys stuff too, but I thought, oh, I'll jump in here with this Heroscape because they just brought it back out and it would be new. But it doesn't get as many views and stuff as like my Warhammer stuff blows up sometimes. At least for me, you know, I think a few hundred views is like blowing up. But I do a lot better with it and pick up more subscribers with the 40K type stuff, the Warhammer. But I like the Heroscape stuff. I like painting it. It's just kind of relaxing. So I've just decided I'm just going to mix it up, you know, once in a while paint these guys, once in a while paint Warhammer. And then I've started getting into the Marvel Crisis guys, which those, I love those Marvel guys. I got the I've got the base set coming for Christmas, so there'll be a lot more miniatures in there to paint up. So I'm really looking forward to painting those guys. But I don't know how the community is for that, the YouTube community for watching people painting the Marvel stuff. As I said, I know like the Warhammer stuff is number one. There's like a ton of people out there that make painting content for that, and people that watch it. Oh, hey, thanks, Chris. Uh, yeah, it's relaxing. Yeah, yeah. It's funny. Like I'm painting sometimes, and it's like I just get in a zone and just completely zone out. Um, Sometimes I catch myself like drifting way off camera too. I get to watch. But yeah, painting. I just It's just easy to kind of lose yourself in it. Like hours will go by before I realize it. Warhammer is trending. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if it's more Warhammer's trending because of the video game, which I got the video game. It's awesome. Like especially if you're a fan, like it's a fantastic game. It's just so fun. It's just nonstop action. It's a lot of fun. Diesel Man, what's your next? Actually, Diesel Man, I in that uh, box set of Lizard and Craven, I have. I actually painted up Craven, so I'm working on the video for him now. I just need to edit it, but that'll probably be my next one. Then is releasing that one, and he came out really good. I mean, I was super happy with how he looks. The Lizard, though, I I was blown away by how well he came out. I was very surprised. That's it. I can't wait to paint up some of the other ones. I'm just coming back over with this speed paint here to calm down some of these highlights. Um, and then I might come back in and just bring them back up a few little points on it. Some of the highlighting got a little heavy, got a little off of the line there. Cosmic Marvel Rivals, a new game, and that topic is trending also. Maybe you can find Marvel Rivals figures. My son, he was playing Marvel Rivals. Um, the character design is fantastic on that. I really like how they made the characters and the graphics on it. But from my understanding, it's almost like Overwatch, pretty much exactly like Overwatch. But but he said it was a lot better. He really enjoyed it. And I am way too slow to play like shooters like that. Oh my gosh. I used to play a little bit of Fortnite with him and he would carry me so much. I'm as I said, I'm just too slow with it. I'm lining up my shot and I'm dead. All right. Use a little goblin green to darken up the loincloth there. I agree. It was awesome. Oh, hey, thanks. I really appreciate that, guys. Yeah, I loved painting the lizard. I thought he was just really fun to paint, and I really enjoyed it. And he came out, I was really happy with how he came out too. It's always nice whenever you paint something up and you're happy with it. Like it kind of sucks whenever you keep painting and painting and you just can't get it to do what you want it to do. And at the end, you just kind of call it quits. Like, okay, that's enough. Because sometimes you have to. I mean, you put so much work into it, but then at a certain point, you almost have to just call it good enough sometimes, especially if it's just for tabletop. You're not going to compete or enter it into a painting competition or anything. You just kind of got to call it good enough sometimes. I like how that looks. It gave it a little bit of shading there. I'll let that dry and then come back in with that. These wings, I think I'm going to do a wash over top of them. And then I'll do another dry brush on top. I was hoping not to have to, but Diesel Man, gotta go. Sorry to enjoy them. Thank you for a shout out. Take care. Hey, Diesel Man, thanks for stopping in, man. I really appreciate it. I'll be sure I'll try to catch your live stream tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. That game's a lot of fun. So, anybody else, check out Diesel Man's live stream tomorrow night. Go to Chris. Yeah. Hey, thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. I just mixed some of that light brown in with some of the beige I had left over here just to highlight a few things. Of course, with highlighting, you always just want to make sure that you're hitting it sort of where you think the light would show. Bring out a little bit of detail in it. All right. All right. I think I'm going to do a wash over the wings here. It looks like they're just kind of white with a dark undertone to them, so I think I'm just going to use Nuln Oil. And maybe, too, it'll hide some of that green where I accidentally bumped. I'm trying to get my Heroscape guys all done before the expansions come out. It should be around, I think, February is the next wave, which I think is going to be the Queen Bug, which I'm looking forward to those. I want to get them painted up. I say it in almost all of my streams and all of my videos. I always get all these miniatures. Like, I find a game that looks cool to me. I shouldn't say that I even like, but it looks cool to me. So I jump in and I buy all the miniatures and such. I get a lot of them painted up, if not all of them, and then I never even get to play the game. Or I move on to another one. It's like a bad habit. It's like an addiction, I guess. But, whatever. Could be worse. And luckily, a lot of these, if I do get bored of them, but I don't really tend to do this, but, if you do get bored of them, if you paint them up well, you can actually sell them for a pretty nice price. So I was doing a lot of commission work for a while, painting miniatures and such for people. It was decent money. It was enough money to, I shouldn't say it was decent money. It's not like I could have made a living on it or anything. But it was enough to pay for my nerdy hobbies. You know, like I would use my painting money that I got from my commissions then to buy my games, my miniatures. Uh, so that was always cool. I didn't feel as guilty than using, you know, the regular family money for buying my little plastic guys. All right. See the face. For this face, I'm going to use a little bit of this ghost gray, and I'm going to mix just a touch of that purple wash in there. Make sure and close up my Nuln oil before it's a disaster. See, a few more people might have jumped in. How's everybody doing tonight? Anything going on? Still not 100% happy with that face here, but it might look better once I put the eyes and the lips on here. I think it'll come out. How many figures would you say? Oh my gosh. You know, one time I was going to do a short of, because I painted up Warhammer Fantasy is where I started with. And I have a shelf that goes around the whole circumference of my room. And I need to do like a short video of it just to show how many are up there. But I would say over the years, it's in the thousands. I mean, I don't know if it would be more than 10. Maybe 5,000, I think, ish, maybe. Because some of those commissions I would do, I mean, the board game would have like 200 to 300 figures. So I painted all of those and all of the armies that I've painted for myself. It's been, there's been quite a few. But it's like anything else. Every once in a while, you know, I'll take a break for a couple of months sometimes and come back to it. I was thinking about doing a video making some terrain because I like doing that too. I like making the terrain for the tabletop games. And I thought about doing a video or two for that as well. Wow, do you sell them or keep? I mean, when I did the commissions, you know, it's like I'd paint them up and then give them back to whoever sent them to me or wanted me to paint them. Recently, I've just been painting for myself, and it's actually been quite enjoyable. Because I've painted so many for commissions that I wasn't painting anything for myself. Because by the time I'd paint everything, then I just didn't feel like painting anything for myself. But now it's actually been really enjoyable to paint all of these guys, and actually I keep them. It's weird. Even with commissions, I would paint them, but then I always felt, you know, they're paying me to paint them for them, but I always felt guilty about giving them back because they would come out looking decent, and I would be really happy with them and kind of want to keep them. Um, so it's funny. It's now it's I don't really sell any of them. Every once in a while, I might sell one on eBay or something, but I tend to keep them for myself. I don't know. It's just been a lot of fun to paint them and keep them, even though I don't get to play the games or nothing. It's just cool to have them like on a shelf and get to look at them once in a while. I'm going to mix in a little bit of metallics. See about highlighting some of this back up, but put a little bit of a metallic sheen on it. It's so much harder painting on camera too than it is off camera. And with these like edge highlights, I just try to use the side of the brush more. Yeah, I don't know at this point if I'll ever get back into commission painting or not. I didn't mind doing it, but as I said, it was kind of it kind of sucks to paint it all up. I mean, I know you're getting paid for it, but it's just like it was kind of annoying to paint them all up, I guess, and then have to hand them over to somebody else. As I said, I know that they're paying me to paint their stuff, but still, I hated to do it. I hated to hand it back over. It's like, oh man. I think the biggest thing about painting these guys too is to just keep going with them. Like this one here, I wasn't too crazy about how the armor looked, but I think the more and more I keep going with it, the more it's going to look all right. Right now, it just looks a little sloppy, but I'll have to probably go in off camera and fix some of these lines. Here I'm just coming in back in with that Shamrock Speed paint, and I'm mixing a little bit of that purple in with it to just darken to separate it from these highlights. You've got love for your craft. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, stuff I paint up, I'm just like, oh man, I'd like to see that sitting on my shelf. Now, Diesel Man, I forgot, or I'm sorry, Cosmic, I meant. Um, since you finished up that last game, because you finished up that Finding Frankie game, did you pick another game that you're going with now? I might have missed it. So I think last live stream you were playing Phasmophobia, right? It's looking a little bit better. I think I'm just going to come in here and do a couple little highlights on the hands. Just using that light brown again, a little bit of that beige. I just want to pick out these fingers here a little bit. So, I mean, it looks like she has gloves on or something. I can't really tell. I haven't picked a new game. Find it, Frank. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. All right, I think might add just a little bit of flesh kind of color to her face. Because that's kind of the right tone, is that it's like a purplish, bluish, purplish color, but maybe I'll add just a little bit of flesh color here to it. I'm going to use a little bit of a touch of this burnt red. Like dark comedy games, so I have to be careful. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's, I'm kind of in a similar boat with painting miniatures even. So I know a lot of like my original subscribers, they joined because of painting Heroscape. So I try to still paint the Heroscape. But I also really like painting the Warhammer, and now I'm painting Marvel, so I kind of switch it up a little bit. Trying to get the pupil in here. But I'm totally losing the eye. I think I might just... I think I might just kind of leave it like that. It's like a hint of an eye. Well, I'm trying to give her a hint of green eyes in there. I think that's good. I found that doing lips and eyes are, the less you do, the better they look. Sometimes when you try to go overboard with lips or eyes, it just doesn't turn out that well. You know what? I think I might just add one layer of highlights to... Oof, not that brush. My brushes are so beat up. Luckily, I got new ones coming for Christmas. Just gonna add a little... Whoa, somehow picked up some red. It's gonna add just a touch of a highlight on these. Yeah, good. Oh yeah, Cosmic, I forgot. Congratulations on your viewer count or your hours there. It's impressive. I think that's going to be one of my big struggles, is actually getting the watch time for my channel. I've been picking up subscribers here and there, but picking up that watch time is going to be a challenge, I think. It's going to do a little dry brush on them horns. So there's just like a hint of a green in there. Almost like they're wood, not really horns. So from the card art, they almost look like they're wood. So I'm going to use a little bit of that drab, olive drab. And try to highlight them a little bit here with that. Okay. Just hitting these bands that are going across here. Time is it? Oh man. I'm gonna be wrapping this up here real soon. I didn't realize how long this was going on. You know what? Actually, let's do this. We'll put a silver and green on there. Got a little bit of green on these bands here as well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out now. Took a little bit of work. Struggle through it a little bit, but it's looking all right now. And just a touch of let's put a touch of that purple tone on there again. All right. I think all she needs now is just a dry brush on those wings, a white. So I'm going to use this white scar. I think it was streaming, but not many people subscribe. Now most people don't know character nation. Oh, that's a character you're playing? No, just kidding. I kind of assumed as much. But hey, that's the beauty of it is you can kind of be whoever you want on here, you know. I'm just going to use some white scar. I'm going to do a dry brush on these wings, and then I'm probably going to be about finished with her. I'm probably going to have to come back at some point and I'm probably going to have to come back at some point though and maybe touch up this armor, maybe add some more highlighting to the armor just a little bit. I'm not super thrilled with the armor, so probably at some point I'll come back and just highlight this armor a little bit more with a bright, probably a bright metallic. And that's the thing with these, you just got to kind of keep experimenting. Like I did a dry brush over top of these first, and then did a wash. And now I'm back with another dry brush on top. That's just how it goes. The more you work them, the better they look, though, I think. Like the more layers you put on. In my opinion, I'm not good enough. Where some of these guys just kind of do the one and done. I keep going back and making corrections on them. I understand what Bob Ross meant when he just said about happy little accidents. There's no mistakes, just happy little accidents. But it's kind of true. It's sometimes you don't expect it. You think it'll be a mistake, but it actually comes out and looks pretty good. And just real quick, I'm just gonna let me touch up that hand there where I messed it up. All right. I think that I'm about done. As I said, I'm going to come back probably at a later point here, and I'm going to bring these highlights up more. I'm probably going to use almost something like a chrome, something real shiny, and just do maybe on a very few edges, kind of similar to the card art there. And then I may come back also and do another wash, but get it on the edges of these feathers inside here to separate the lines of them. I'm going to do that as well. But that's about it. I'm pretty happy with how she came out. I might have to touch a few of these up a little bit here, but nothing major. I'm happy with the cloak back here, the loincloth. As I said, I'm just going to do a wash. If I do, I'm just going to go right along the edge with it, just to separate the layers of feathers. But I'll just use a Nuln Oil and just do that with them. As I said, just touch her up a little bit. But it's getting pretty late. This has been going on for a while, so I'm actually shy in person. Oh, what? No, see, I would have never guessed that, actually, Cosmic, that you were shy. Even in real life, like, I kind of would have never guessed that. I mean, I am an introvert. I know that, but I'm shocked. Looks really good. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, as I said, I want to thank everybody for stopping in tonight. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I decided to go live. I was just going to paint up some more for a video, but I'm glad that everybody stopped in, and we had a little bit of chat back and forth, and I think I'm going to call it a night. So, hey, I'll talk to you all later. I really appreciate everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.